thank the representative of Indonesia, and I give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Thank you, Mr. President. If I may, I'd like to start with some pro forma words for this type of topical forum. Women play a positive role in different aspects of conflict resolution and post-conflict recovery. Over the past 2 decades, since the adoption of Security Council Resolution 1325, there's been an increase in the role of women in conflict prevention and resolution. We note the significant role of the UN Peacebuilding Commission in promoting the interests of women in post-conflict recovery. This is an important precondition for establishing lasting peace. Now, I'd like to go into the details. In her statement at the roundtable of the 10th of February, our new Assistant Secretary General on Human Rights, Ms. Ilse Brandt-Keres, who I welcome here, was absolutely right when she pointed out, in English,
it is important to distinguish between the targeting of human rights defenders, broadly speaking, and those who have been targeted because of their cooperation with the United Nations. Both contexts are extremely serious. Абсолютно правильно.
That's absolutely right. We favor precisely this approach, a comprehensive, complex and systematic approach. The hosts of today's meeting expressed their desire to focus attention on women alone and just on women engaging with the UN. So if I may, can I go into the discussion here? Does that mean that the fate of Mr. Julian Assange shouldn't be of concern to us just because he's a man? Incidentally, he is subject, according to some reports, to extremely harsh treatment in a British prison. Isn't that a case of persecution or reprisals because of expressing his opinion as a citizen? Or, for example, this is basically the Ukraine week, and I don't even want to talk about Ukraine, you understand. It's got to a point where at the legislative level, proposals are being made to establish criminal responsibility or liability for providing positive reporting of events in Russia. So what type of role for human rights defenders are we talking about here? Murdering, incarcerating people who do not share the particular Ukrainian European, that's supposed to be Ukrainian values that are stained in blood and tainted in the coup d'etat. That's just par for the course now. Don't we need to defend these ordinary Ukrainians, Estonians, or Russians? So who is deserved of protection and of support out of those women who engage with the UN? Is that it? So you're unlikely to hear in the UN, and especially not in the Security Council, a woman's voice from a non-governmental organization from Donbass or from Syria, and from the real Syria. I mean, from Aleppo, from Damascus. The host country, through its visa policy, the host country of the UN, surely could help you identify the good and the bad human rights defenders. Surely that's the case. I will conclude extremely succinctly. The Russian Federation is decisively against any kind of reprisals or unfounded restrictive measures regarding anybody of any gender, including those who engage with the UN system bodies. We confirm our willingness to cooperate with representatives of the Secretariat to establish cases of harassment or reprisals, and that linking reprisals with a Security Council agenda is unjustified. This issue pertains to human rights discussions. They are conducted in the relevant UN fora, in particular the UN Human Rights Council. I do apologize. I'm a little bit ill, so I apologize for my voice. Thank you very much.
Le doy las gracias al representante.
I thank the representative of the Russian Federation